The rhetoric that we're hearing from North Korea is simply unacceptable.
Secretary of State John Kerry has arrived on the Korean peninsula at a time of especially high tension. After meeting with South Korea's foreign minister early Friday, Kerry spoke about his hopes for the region.
The real goal should not be reinforcing the fact that we will defend our allies, which we will, but it should be emphasizing for everybody the possibilities of peace.
The Post's Ann Guerin is traveling with Kerry and joins us from Seoul, Korea by Skype. Good to see you, Ann.
Good night. It's night here anyway.
So one of the big headlines on the North Korea story here anyway was Congressman Doug Lamborn saying that he had seen this assessment suggesting that the North had the ability to send a nuclear-armed missile. It was a new capability as far as we knew. Is that a headline in South Korea today?
Well, it certainly was, although Secretary Kerry today became the highest-ranking U.S. official to pour some cold water on that assessment. He said, following meetings with the South Korean president and foreign minister, that it's quite a long distance between having the ability to manufacture a nuclear device and having a missile, to being able to marry the two up, which is basically the intelligence assessment that the U.S. has had for quite a long time. So we're left in a bit of confusion now over whether this DIA assessment that was revealed yesterday really represented a significant advance or not.
So at least on the record in public, this hasn't changed the calculus for either the U.S. or South Korea.
No, it hasn't. Both the U.S. and South Korea are trying very hard to step away from a brink here. You had Kerry and the South Korean foreign minister give a press conference tonight here in Seoul where both said they would be open to talks with the North, and Kerry made a direct personal appeal to Kim Jong-un to be a responsible leader.
This is Kerry's first Asian trip as Secretary of State, his first trip to South Korea ever. What is he trying to get out of this?
He's trying to get a calming down of the Korean peninsula tensions, which are just a huge distraction from just about everything else he wants to do in Asia and everywhere else. He goes from here to China and then from there to Japan. For both South Korea and Japan, his argument is basically the same. We've got you back. With Beijing, the argument is, hey, you guys are the only ones who have a checkbook open for the North, and you're the only ones they'll listen to. So how about it? Can you please get them to step away from the brink on their side?
I know if you had a definitive answer to this question, you would have John Kerry's job, but I'm going to ask you anyway. What is North Korea after in all this?
North Korea is after its own preservation, and it goes about it in a way that's difficult for the United States or really any other outside actor to really figure out what they're going for. But they have one goal and one goal only, which is the preservation of the Marxist state of North Korea and the Kim dynasty. And almost any change, almost anything that is an external force on North Korea is viewed as a threat. So when you see them behaving the way they've behaved over the last 3 months, it is in some way, somehow, a reflection of Kim Jong-un's insecurity about the regime and about his own country's stability. I'm afraid that isn't a very satisfying answer, but it's almost the only one that any Asia analyst could give you.
Okay, and I know you haven't slept in 2 days, so we're especially thankful that you found some time for us. Get some rest, and thanks.
Nice to see you. Thanks very much.